What's going on, YouTube? It is CutsbyCoast here, bringing you my Walmart Clipper Challenge. JayBlends challenged me to do this, so we're gonna jump right into the video. So typically about every 3 or 4 haircuts, I'll take this client right here and we'll take like an 8 guard through it like I am right here. Later on in the video, I end up cutting it a lot shorter than an 8. I think I did a 6 against the grain, and then I double checked it with a 4 with the grain. So this right here is just, whatever I'm doing right here is getting deleted, but we're gonna go ahead and start by balding him out. We're gonna set it in, and I'm not really gonna talk about this because it's not the focal point of the haircut. It's really about the Walmart clippers, so. And one last thing, guys, I'm about 20 subs away from hitting my 1K giveaway. I do now have my CutsbyCoast t-shirts in, so the winner will also receive one of those. So go check out that video and comment 1K giveaway. So we're gonna start by setting in our open guideline section, and we're gonna make that about a 1/2 inch tall. You can tell this clipper's already kind of giving me some trouble in the front part. But next, what we're gonna do is, after we set in this guideline, we're gonna go ahead and work down in this section and take the lever halfway open and then all the way closed. And that's really where you can tell the difference between Walmart clippers and regular clippers is right here in this. It just gives me a little bit harder of a time at the main bald and like open clipper section. Being that they are Walmart clippers and they're not zero gapped or anything, I had to kind of maneuver flicking out with my trimmer a little bit more than I usually would, and ended up actually bringing it back together. So I'm gonna flick out here and then go back in with the clipper with no guard on it and just try to spread out that fade just a little bit more. And we're gonna do the same steps with the 1 guard. We're gonna start with the lever all the way open, just flicking up into his hair, and we're really stopping at his parietal ridge area. But now that we've set in this guideline, we're gonna go ahead and fade down. We're gonna start with the lever all the way closed on this 1 guard. And if this line does not get taken out here, which it will not, we will grab that 0 guard or the 1/2 guard, and we will fade out the middle line in this fade. And just for the record, I did use my regular guards. I used the clipper. That's about the most I was gonna do for this challenge. I wanted to make sure I still have my cape and all that other stuff, because I mean, it is just the Walmart Clipper Challenge, not the Walmart Guards and Cape Challenge. I respect JayBlends for struggling it out, but I can't struggle that much. So shout out to JayBlends. Go check out his channel. So while I was talking about this challenge, what I'm doing right here is taking my 1.5 guard, and I'm just trying to clean up that blend area right there and just make sure this transition is as clean as possible. Like I said, we are using Walmart clippers. They always say it's the barber, not the tools, but who don't want to use nice stuff? I can appreciate if you can put out this haircut on a regular basis, but these clippers got super hot on me. They vibrate more than usual, and it really just wasn't very fun, but I'm gonna hold up my end of the challenge. So while we're transitioning, I'm gonna go ahead and challenge the 2 people I'm gonna challenge for this challenge. Say that a lot. So I'm gonna challenge the Barber Phil and Cali Groom to do this challenge. And there was a couple more guys I thought of, but I know that Philip's probably already got somebody that we both had in mind that he was gonna tag. So if you're the other guy, you know who you are. But so I'm challenging the Barber Phil and Cali Groom to this Walmart Clipper Challenge. Right here is we're gonna take our Wahl 1/2 guard and we're gonna take the lever halfway open, and then we're gonna go ahead and close it up all sure that in this fade area, this is all connected. Without the half guard and the 1.5 guard, I'd be very amazed at how these fades will look nowadays if we didn't have those. I remember whenever I first started, I want to say, well, for sure the purple guards ain't got a 1.5, which is a key guard, I think. You can finesse a lot with the 1 guard, but and right here what I'm doing is I'm taking my 1 guard and I'm just opening it and closing it as needed and just making sure that we cut to color, because I did my steps and it didn't make it all the way through, so cutting the color is the next best thing to do. We're gonna start with the same steps on the back though, and we're gonna go ahead and set in our open section about an inch to a ½ inch tall. And his occipital is right there at the top of where this blade is hitting right here. So I try to leave it a little bit darker than I did on the sides, just to make sure that we create that contrast and do not draw attention to his occipital bone. Listen this long, make sure you go check out my 1K giveaway video. It's almost up to 1,000. We're at 980 as we speak. And make sure you guys leave me a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button if y'all really messing with me. So with this 1 guard right here, what we're doing is that's the height of the light part of this fade. So anything above that is just gonna be dark. So I will flick in with my 1.5 and my 2, but being, like I said, his occipital protrudes so much, with the idea of that, we're just gonna try to keep everything light up to the occipital, or if somebody has a roll, we wanna do the fade inside the roll and just make sure everything above it is dark so it creates that perfect contrast for their head shape. And now that we set our boundaries that I was just talking about, now I can go back down and fade down within the sections that I've already created. And what I'm doing here is the same thing as always, just making sure we cut to color. I'm really gonna work with the open lever and the lever halfway open right here on this occipital. And now it's time to connect the dots. We're gonna take the 1.5 with the lever all the way closed, flicking up into the blend area. And then if that does not get that out, we'll take the 1 open as we are right here. And then once this little spot is out, we'll go ahead and jump into our bigger guards and stack it under the hair on top. And if you guys are wanting to start cutting hair and have not picked up clippers yet, DM Sean Cuts Hair and leave him a story on why you think that he should pick you, and he'll send this clipper out to you. Matter of fact, comment on his video, don't DM him, I'm sorry. Where I did that little section on the front side, you can tell it did not translate as well as I had in mind, so I'm going back with the 0 guard and the lever all the way open, just making sure that we can connect it all the way and that it's flawless all the way throughout. But if you notice, my man's pretty blurry, and it's all Walmart clipper. You seen it here first, fellas. Here we are on to the last side, guys. I really sped this side up because there's no point in telling you the same steps as I did 3 times in a row. If I say it the 4th time, it might go through to you that time, but I think you guys have done good this far. So what we're gonna do is speed it all the way up, and then I'll jump back in at the end of the haircut. I didn't focus so much on balding him out or anything, or lining him up or fading his beard, because I just wanted to focus on his haircut for this Walmart clipper challenge. And if any of you guys did not get challenged that would want to do it, I would advise you to do so while there's a little bit of buzz on YouTube about the Walmart clipper challenge again. So guys, if you have not heard about it yet, go ahead and check out the Tune 45 Academy. The link is in my bio. It's 5 educators bringing you 45-minute in-depth broken down tutorials. You can ask them any questions you would like to, and they will answer them all.
Say it, but he was kind of tripping about me using some Walmart clippers. He knows I got them, but he was kind of checking out the mirror a second ago, and that's what made me think to say it. But obviously it doesn't matter what clippers you use, as long as you have a system and you really stick to it, and you know it'll pay off for you in the end, as long as you keep that one system. Guys, we are going to cut the top down more like I said in the beginning of the video. So right here we're going to take a 6 guard against the grain, and then it lays almost perfectly like straight and just a barely wavy. So what it did not get, I ended up putting a 4 guard on here and went with the grain to lay it down just a little bit better. Is where I was trying to smooth it all out, and obviously it was not going to lay perfect, so I think here in a second I'll take that 4 guard and cut it down and really focus on blending in the hair, the weight above his occipital, because it does lace a little bit different. That's the one unfortunate thing about being mixed and having that 2 different type of hair textures clashing together. Super sped up, but feel free to follow along with me, guys. We did cut it back down, so I had to clean up the transition and blend area all over this haircut. So I went back in, taking a 2, 3, 4, whatever I needed to kind of smoothen out his hair on top. And here's the finished product. I hope you guys like this video. Please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's CutsbyCoast, and I'm out of here.